Yo, welcome back to Just a Nominee TV, man. This is the School of Martians podcast, the only podcast that's out of this world. I'm joined here today with my friends, co-host Bogart and Sea-Dog on the other side today.
Yup.
And I will be your host during this show today. I am Just a Nominee, a.k.a. Juice, a.k.a. Martian Mathers. And it's been a while. I haven't looked at this thing in a while. We went, a week without uploading a one?
Yeah, I think the last time we were at the studio was, about
a week and a half ago.
A week and a half ago, yeah.
Yeah. So we're back, and welcome back, first of all. Hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys are, leveling up in life, achieving something, getting to it. I'm big on that. So hope you guys are doing good. Thanks for tuning in. The show today is going to be kind of like a catch-up episode, and we got the glizzies. So let's just get right to it.
Yo.
Sea-Dog, man. What's up, bro? Haven't seen you down here in a while. How are you?
It's been a couple weeks, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, pretty good. It's a freaking beautiful day today.
It is super fucking nice out.
Beautiful fall day. The leaves are changing color.
Yeah.
It's just things are in motion, man.
And it's got like just warm air out too. Like when I was driving, the windows down, the sunroof cracked, and like it wasn't even like cold or anything. It felt so good. Mm-hmm. And I was just vibing with music. It's a very good day.
Beautiful fall day, baby.
What is the date today? October what?
It's, I think, the 20th.
The 20th?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Damn. Halloween's coming.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing for Halloween? What are we doing for Halloween?
I don't know.
Well.
Okay, hold on. Before that, last year you were at Arizona Tea, right?
No, that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, you were the Arizona Tea Camp. What were you last year? You remember?
Oh, you were the kid on Stranger Things, right?
No. God, I don't remember what I was last year. I don't know if...
Me neither. And for some reason, I just remember the Arizona Tea thing because the story to it where you, found your hat, eventually.
Yeah, dude, no, I got... It's even deeper than that, dude. I was at the bar, and I was the Arizona Tea Can, and so on Halloween, I like my drinks to be, like, in line with my costume.
Yeah.
So I was the Arizona Tea Can, so I was drinking Long Island iced teas all night.
Yeah.
And so if you know what's in a Long Island iced tea, and you know that after like 3 Long Island iced teas, you are faded.
Yeah.
So I don't remember how many I had that night, but my house is like from the bar, it's like across the street and down a little bit, and just to give you an idea of how drunk I got that night, I got lost.
I remember.
So I went. I walked out of the bar and went down the street, and instead of just going straight across the street, I took a left, and then I kept going. But and then apparently I went to like some house party that I don't remember and lost my hat, and because I went out like a week or two later, and somebody was like, "Oh, dude, you were at our party. Like, we have your hat." And I was like, "Oh."
I remember you telling me the story, and it was funny as hell how you retrieved it.
Yeah.
Because if I remember, it was a sick Arizona Tea bucket hat, right?
Yeah, I still have it.
But it was like the ginseng honey one, right? It was like that light green.
It's
kinda.
the light green with the flowers.
Yeah, the blossoms and stuff. The cherry blossoms.
The cherry blossoms. That's what. I still.
That's my favorite can of Arizona. Like, I wish they made all the Arizona cans that pretty. You know what I mean? Like, I know they're only $1, so they're not gonna go too crazy on the design. But like every time I'm like, because I like the ginseng one, but not all the time. Because sometimes I just need flavor. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, the ginseng one looks good just because the can looks good. But I guess I'll get this stupid black and silver Arnold Palmer one that just the same can I've been drinking since I was fucking 9.
Yeah, you know the cool thing about Arizona tea is that even in this time of inflation, they have kept their drinks at 99 cents a can.
You know, and I saw a post about this, right? I think it's owned by like 3 brothers. like their dad was the guy that owned it, and they took over for him or whatever. And their dad told them, no matter what happens, always keep the product the same price, and people will rebuy. And there's like a story on it. I think it was on like YouTube or something that I saw it. But there's like a story behind these three brothers like keeping the Arizona iced teas 99 cents throughout the years all the time. So
Hell yeah.
That's just cool.
That's the only thing we can ask for.
Yeah. Bogart, what about you? What are you gonna be for Halloween this year? Or what were you last year?
Well, I don't really celebrate Halloween. Really, I used to when I was younger, but yeah, it's just I didn't like it as a kid, like dressing up and then going and asking for candy and shit. I never liked that. I don't like dressing up, man. But I for a while every year I would just write face on my head and call it Facebook. I used to do that all the time. I would just write face on my face, and I'd be Facebook. I would write book, and I'd be Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know, but yeah. So I mean, I did that for a while. I think I've only dressed up maybe in my life like pretty crazy was back in probably when I was in high school. I think I dressed up like a hobo once, and I think that was the most effort I put into a costume.
So you didn't really have to dress up much at all.
I mean, no, man. I just, just put a little dirt on my face, and I was a fucking hobo. I don't know.
You know what's crazy too is like to dress like a hobo. It's really not that hard either. So,
Well, I did like the old school hobo with like the stick and the bandana hanging off the end of it with all their fucking clothes and shit.
Their knapsack.
Yeah, I mean, I did it. I think that was like the most effort I ever put in a costume. Like it's cool and everything. People like doing it, but it's just not me.
I gotta say, Halloween is one of my favorite holidays.
Yeah,
It is my favorite holiday.
Is it?
Yeah.
Dude, my sister was born on Halloween.
Really?
Yeah, her birthday is Halloween.
That's cool.
And
That's cool.
it's like, yeah, isn't it? It's just like, oh man, I wish I could have a holiday birthday.
Yeah. But especially one like Halloween, where like it's a holiday where, because say you were born on like Christmas, that would suck because you have to get your birthday presents and Christmas presents, so it's kind of like not as good. But like a Halloween birthday is fun because you can like dress up on your birthday, have a good time, and you're gonna get wasted anyways because it's your birthday, and second, it's Halloween, so it's like a double way to like dress up and go out and like.
Yeah.
That's a win. That's a win, dude.
For sure, dude. This year,
That's a win right there.
This year, I'm gonna be Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, I got this big like burlap sack looking costume with a mask, and just be like Oogie Boogie.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna dress up for Halloween as this year. I'm gonna be handing out candy here though. I've done it the past couple of years, and like this spot, dude, it's a busy street on Halloween. I was talking to some other guy, and he's from this area, and he was asking like where I do this shit, and I told him, and I'm like, yeah, I was like, I hand out candy. They're like, dude, that's the best place to hand out candy, because like this is like, because I guess this street is like the main street that people trick or treat on in this town, and then like the connecting street right here goes to Main Street, so it's kind of like here, but this little like end thing right here where we are. That way goes to Main Street, and this way goes up the street and to Main Street. So this is kind of like where everyone like meets up and is like, ugh, where are we going now?
Yeah, it's like a hub.
Yeah. So it's like the hangout spot. I shit you not, dude. The first time I handed out candy here, can't even talk. The first time I handed out candy here, I had like these thoughts for like, we're not gonna get many people, dude. I swear to God, there was 200 kids.
Yeah.
No joke. I was like, wow. I was like, next week I have to, or like next year I have to go like bulk buy Halloween candy from like BJ's, and I did last year, and I bought a shit ton of it, and I still had a bunch left over. But this is the spot, dude.
Yeah, that's cool. It's just like it's like a way to give back to the community, kind of.
Yeah.
Like now you're getting older, and it's kind of like you're too old to dress up and go out, so you give back to the community, like.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't look at it like I'm too old to dress up because I love dressing up in costumes. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like where I'm at, where like if I can't spend Halloween with my kids because they'll be with their mom or whatever, and they're trick or treating doing their own thing, I guess I might as well just do my own thing. And like, I don't want to dress up and go out because Halloween, I always have to work the next day. It just ends up like that. Or I figure I might as well just get dressed up, have a few brewskis, dibble
Yeah.
dabble in some green and hand out some candy and just play some music. Like it was sick, dude. I had strobe lights going in here, and all the lights were off, and I was playing this Halloween playlist. They had like Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, just all this like like creepy good music though.
yeah.
And it was sick. I had a table set up right here, and what my son did for me too. This is actually really cool. We have like a bag, those bags you bring into the grocery store nowadays, like the reusable ones.
Yeah.
So we were doing like Pokemon openings at this time. This is like 2 years ago, I'll say. We had a shitload of like common Pokemon cards and some good. We're just like, yeah, we have that card like 10 times. So we just threw it in this bag. I had like a bag full of probably like 2,000 Pokemon cards. So me and my son, we took the sleeves, like the card sleeves, like the little clear sleeves.
Mm-hmm.
We took a whole bunch of cards and a pack of 100 sleeves. We put 5 cards in each sleeve.
Nice.
But we put a good card in the back of them. So there was 100 packs of Pokemon cards, that we had, and I gave those out too with the candy. And this other kid came back and was like, "Trick or treat," and I'm like, "I already seen you." And his mom was like, "I know he wants more Pokemon cards." So I was like, "All right." So I gave him like two or three more packs, and he was like, "Yes, Mom, thank you." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Dude," so that's just cool too. Like that makes you feel good when a kid is like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like genuinely, we have to make sure kids are happy, or else they're gonna grow up and be like,
They are the future.
yeah, So it's like, if I can make a kid smile or a kid laugh or a kid remember me, that's all you got to do. Because a kid, their brains are so like absorbent that they remember a lot of shit. Like when they're like 25, they'll be like, "Oh yeah." When they're taking their kid trick or treating, like, "I used to trick or treat here. This guy at this corner right here used to give out Pokemon cards."
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'll be that guy, like to some other little kid in the future.
Yeah, you want to like
Yeah.
inspire them to be happy, really. It's
Yeah.
just,
Overall, dude, Halloween's just the best. Like I love like horror. I love like gore. I just love all the shit that comes with it. I love spooky shit.
Yeah. Have you seen the new Terrifier movie?
I haven't seen it. My son was telling me about it because he saw it. And he's like, "Dad, you should watch it." And I'm like, maybe I'll watch it, but I'm gonna watch it when it's just me because I feel like it's scaring my other little kids. So
Yeah. Gotta shut the light off too. Like I love watching a horror movie like in the environment of like dark, in a dark room.
yeah. So last night we watched Five Nights at Freddy. Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't.
So we watched it when it came out last year. Like my son watched it. We watched it 2 times in one day actually. Like the first time he watched, it's like, "Dad, I want to watch that again." I'm like, "Really? Like you want to?" But I remember being like that when I was a kid. Like I want to watch a movie over again. So we watched Five Nights at Freddy 2 times in a row, and then last night we started playing it, and they fell asleep. So I immediately turned it off and did whatever. But yeah, man, Halloween movies in the dark is good.
Yeah,
You gotta make it spooky.
there was a movie that I used to watch religiously like that, like twice in a row. Was The Crow.
Yeah, The Crow is good,
yeah.
dude.
Crow's good.
I haven't seen that in a while, dude.
I watched Sleepy Hollow last night.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it was good. Tim Burton,
Yeah,
he does a good scary movie.
yeah.
That's the Johnny Depp one, right?
Yeah, Johnny Depp and then the other girl from
Christina Ricci.
yeah. So,
Christina Ricci.
yeah, but no, it was a good movie. I mean, I don't really watch like the Saw scary kind of movies, like the Saw movies.
Yeah.
Where they just like torture people and shit. That's not fun. Like, I mean, I like the old school, scary movies.
Like
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
Like Frankenstein. That's kind of like the scariness I enjoy. Not this whole like, I don't know, like the Saw movies or
Yeah.
torturing people and
Yeah.
I mean,
Chainsaw Massacre and stuff.
I went to
I like that though.
I went to go see the movie Hostel.
Mm-hmm.
That movie, oh my God. So I went when I was 16 to go see that movie, right?
Yep.
And or it was either I was 13 or 16. It doesn't really matter. But so there was this mom that brought in all these little kids. I was like, oh shit, what's going on? And so I'm guessing she went into the wrong movie theater thinking it was like another movie. And in the beginning of that movie, there's like these, it opens up with this like two guys in this, or I don't know, it's like room. And this girl's like, you know, boning this other dude. Like, and so the kids are in the front, like watching this. And immediately the mom like picks up the kids and is like, let's get the fuck out of here. But yeah, no, like, I went to go see Hostel. I mean, that's just too much, man. It's too much, like, you know, I don't know.
I think people make movies for shock value sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I think people need that, though. It's kind of like an adrenaline rush. You're like, yo, did you see how gory that movie was? And
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like I heard Terrifier is like pretty gross,
Oh, yeah.
pretty gory. I heard he like chops a girl.
In half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like yeah, that's what my son was telling me. I'm like, damn. I'm like, that sounds pretty gross, but I'll probably watch it anyways. I really like Trick or Treat. You ever seen that?
I did watch Trick or Treat.
I like how it like it's a flashback of like there's like a couple stories going on.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? How it keeps going from like story to story, but it all kind of comes back to the same one or whatever. It's
Yeah.
pretty like that scene with like the fucking chicks in the woods or whatever. That shit like freaked me out, dude. Like or like VHS. You ever seen VHS?
I just watched VHS for the first time, like,
Dude.
like 2 weeks ago.
Dude, you know what I'm talking about right now then. The girl in the hotel room.
Yes.
Dude,
Yeah.
I had a dream about that one night. Right? I had a dream about that one night that I was the guy in the hotel room with that girl and she fucking bit my whatever off and fucking dude, I literally woke up in a panic and like went in the bathroom and like had to make sure everything was still there.
Yeah, you had to
Like,
check yourself.
I was like, what the dude, it freaked me out so bad. And I had just watched the movie like 2 or 3 days prior to that. And it like freaked me out so bad, dude. And like I had to wake up and pee anyways. And I'm like, all right, do I have to pee or am I bleeding right now? Like, what's going on? And dude, it like freaked me out. Like I felt like it was a weird dream where like I almost thought it was real. It's crazy.
Yeah, me and my wife have been on like we've been on like a spooky
Yeah.
movie like October.
Yeah, same. That's how I'm every October. Like everything I try to watch from like October 1st to all the way to Halloween is like some scary shit or something Halloween. Even if it's like Casper or something, I don't even care. Just like something Halloween.
Yeah, dog.
Casper's dope still though.
Well,
Casper's
so now there was the old school cartoon Casper, right?
Yep.
And then they did one with that one girl from Sleepy Hollow in it. And I can't remember the one guy. But yeah, they did like a live action one.
Yeah, so that was Christina Ricci.
Yeah, Christina Ricci in that one too.
And I think it was Bill Pullman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fuck.
Do you know that Bill Pullman was from New York and he went to Alfred University?
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, he wasn't that far away from where he went to school.
You know who else is famous from out here is Philip Seymour Hoffman.
He's from Pittsford,
He's
right?
from Fairport.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fairport. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
from
one of
Fairport.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
I did hear that before.
But he's in one of my favorite movies of all time, Twister.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twister.
I love that movie. I don't
Yeah.
care. I will stand on that hill and die on that hill.
Yeah.
Twister is so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Twister is one of those movies.
But I actually kind of want to get on like this the screen tip and say, what's your favorite scary movie?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
favorite scary movie. Let's see. I really like. See, I might go like classic and just say It.
Oh yeah, that's a good
It's
one.
good.
I like Pennywise, like all the way up till now, like the new one and everything they made a couple years ago. Like I just love. Like Pennywise is one of my favorite horror guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So are you saying Tim Curry Pennywise? Or are you
Yeah,
saying
Tim Curry Pennywise.
Yeah,
for
not-
sure. Like that's what I meant by classic, like
yeah,
the old
the
one.
old Pennywise? Yeah.
But even like the newer one was pretty good. Like that shit was pretty insane. The newer one too. I really like Pennywise, but I don't know if I would say that's my favorite. But when I like think of favorites, that's just like, ooh, it is just like right there for me. Just because it scared me as a kid, dude. When I like watched it, that movie used to literally scare me. Like I wouldn't even go near a sewer drain when I was a kid because I'd be like, whoa, like I would get sucked
Yeah.
in there or something or whatever. But
We
yeah,
all float down here.
yeah, exactly. Come on and float, Georgie.
Yeah, man. Dude, I gotta say, I'm a fan of Freddy Krueger.
Hell yeah,
When
me
I was,
too.
dude, he used to scare me when I was young.
Yeah,
I was gonna be him for Halloween one year, and I got the mask and like the hands and everything, like the claw hand,
yeah.
and the mask freaked me out so much that I put it in the closet. I put the mask in the closet, and I was like, I'm not being Freddy Krueger for Halloween. I couldn't do it, dude.
Yeah. I used to like the Halloween movies. I like those. The Halloween,
Oh yeah, the Michael Myers.
Michael Myers. Those
Yeah,
were good.
I like the Rob Zombie one.
Yeah,
That one was fucking good. Where where he like goes to that like asylum or whatever, and he grows like fucking huge,
oh
and
yeah.
like he doesn't like
I don't
talk
know.
for a long time.
I mean, it's okay. The Rob Zombie one's okay, but I like the old school, like 70s style. uh, you know,
I love 70s horror. I
yeah,
think
70s horror is awesome.
yeah.
Like the Friday the 13th.
Have you guys ever seen Suspiria?
No.
No,
That is like Suspiria is Dario Argento, and it's just like this really beautifully made horror movie, and there's a lot of color thrown into this movie, and I totally suggest it if you ever get the time. Go watch the 1970s Suspiria. There's a new one on Netflix, and I personally, in my opinion, I don't think it's as good as the old one, but
Yeah.
check out the old one, man. It's good.
I feel like that always happens with movies. Like the first one just always ends up being the one, you know? Like I thought the first Scream was fine. Like the first like Scream movie, it was fine. And then they made like six more or something. I
Oh
don't know how
yeah,
many
it's,
they
it's
made.
a moneymaker, you know.
But like the first one was good. And then as I watched like Scream 2, Scream 3, Scream 4, I'm like, I just watched the first one.
And it just keeps degrading, you
Yeah.
know. And as the further you get without Matt Lillard, because Matt Lillard just carries every movie he's in.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah,
He's in Five Nights at Freddy.
is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Which I heard that they're making that he signed on for 2 more movies, so they're doing 3 of them for sure, and he signed on for the last or for part 2 and 3.
yeah, dude. I just remembered this movie that I really like, 13 Ghosts.
That's a good one, dude.
Yeah,
That's a really good one. The Jackal used to freak me out.
Yeah.
The ghost, the Jackal, the dude that was in like the cage and was all like, dude, that one, like whenever you'd see him through the glass, like that used to fucking freak me out as a kid, man.
Oh, 13 Ghosts was so good. There's a part where he is running through the hallway, and like it looks like all glass, right?
Yeah.
And he runs through the hallway, but there's a sliding door, and
Yeah.
it goes whoosh, and it slices him right in half. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
I remember that. That movie was good. Dude, I forgot about that. I wonder if it's on anything you could stream. Do you know if it's on anything? I want to watch that now.
right. So when,
Friday the 13th.
if I don't know
or,
if I
13
don't know
Ghosts.
what thing it's on, I just Google it and be
Yeah.
like, 13 Ghosts streaming, and it'll come up with a list, and I'll be like, oh, I gotta
Yeah.
check out Tubi. Like,
Yeah. It's probably on F Movies too, the site that I stream everything on. I'll just check that out too. But dude, I forgot about that. That's a good one. I'm gonna have to watch that before Halloween for sure.
Resident
13
Evil was a
Ghosts.
good one. I liked.
Resident Evil is good.
yeah. Did you play the games?
I played the first one and Resident Evil 2. I think that's as far as I got because once Xbox came out and like I was done with PlayStation, I was just like I just got into a lot of Xbox exclusive games, like Halo.
Yeah, I tried to play The Evil Within, and it's good, but I'm one of those people that like, I know this is a game, so I'm not gonna get scared.
Yeah.
But I do remember the original Resident Evil and watching my cousin play it, and there's that thing that crawls across the ceiling, and there was a part that like he like drops down or something. But I just remember just going like watching that, and I went and like, I don't want to scream in the microphone, but it was like that was a moment that like dude, my heart jumped.
Yeah, I like when a video game can do that. Like genuinely scare you a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't really play any like scary video games, but I see there's some like crazy ones out now though that are like I can't even name one, but I always see these gamers like, before you watch this, like, make sure you're like a mature audience. This is like a scary game. Like if you're a kid, you're probably gonna be scared.
Well, they got that VR, like
so that would be crazy.
Yeah,
I would break something if I had the VR, dude.
It's really interactive. You know?
Yeah. I would be fucking throwing my fists around and like fucking breaking stuff. I'd have to be outside.
Right?
I'd have to play that outside.
You ever watch the YouTube of like the kids will set up grandma with a VR of like some zombie game, dude? And you're gonna grandma a heart attack, dude.
Yeah. That shit's funny, man.
What? So now, do you guys watch scary movies with the lights on or off?
Off for sure.
See, it depends, because if I'm watching it during the day, obviously, like, sometimes I want to watch a scary movie during the day. So, I mean, if like this out, like it's light out, I won't like, close all the curtains and make it dark, but it is what it is. That's what it is. But if I'm like laying on the couch or in bed and I want to watch a scary movie, I always turn the lights off.
I leave one light on.
One light on?
Yeah.
It's so funny because even in our old age, like we're not that old. Let me just say that, but like, even as grown as we are, like we're still like, oh, I gotta keep the light on.
Yeah, gotta keep a light on.
Yeah.
Gotta keep the remote close by so I can hit pause or skip. Gotta skip something real quick, skip a scene.
Yeah, I remember watching Sinister. I think Sinister, or it was Insidious or something like that. And I lived at my buddy's place at the time, and so I had to walk across this really dark pathway to the trailer that I lived in. And I'm walking across, and I'm like, "This is freaky." And I was like, I was like in my 20s, so I'm like, I know nothing's gonna happen, but it's still scary,
because it's like in your mind, like that's what you just went through, like your body gets like tensed up and shit when you watch those movies, like, you know what I mean? You're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? And then it happens, whatever, and then you like go do something else, and you're like, wow, like you always want to talk about like a movie with somebody, even when you go out, like, yo, have you seen whatever movie? Like, you gotta watch it, dude. It's scary as fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, for sure. I'm trying to think. There's a movie that did that to me too, where like when I went outside, like, and it was dark, I'd be like, oh my god, like what if? No, I always have this weird feeling, right? Because you know how like I live in the middle of nowhere, and you know how if all the lights are on inside, you can't see outside. When I go to let my dogs outside, I like turn the porch light on. But, like, I, like, look outside first. Like, I turn the light on and I look real quick. Like, is there, like, someone out here with a butcher knife? Or like, are the dogs good to go out? You know what I mean?
You bring in, like, a big stick or something.
Yeah. Like, it just, like, freaks me out. Because, like, I literally, like, my yard's a cornfield. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it's, like, even scary. Like, children in the corner just, like, snatching my dogs up right there or something. I don't know.
Damn Stephen King.
Yeah. Stephen fucking King. He's another one, though. Stephen King makes good movies.
Yeah, my parents live in this town that's like a Stephen King's novel. It's like pretty, like, I don't know. It's like out of this world. Like, it's so looks creepy. All these buildings are fucking old, and there's
I've been there. Remember we were talking about it.
Yeah. So it's
it is weird. It's like a hill.
Well,
the whole town goes like it's a hill. It goes up and down.
Yeah. So. But yeah, my parents live in this like small little town, and it's like the roads are so narrow because like they never upgrade it to like a shoulder on the road. So it's like I don't know, it's so weird. But
they got shoulders.
Yeah, they don't have shoulders. It's just like an old it looks like an abandoned town. I don't know. But
yeah, when I drove through it, I was like, where the fuck am I? And why is this town like go
It's
straight
creepy.
because you get off the throughway and you just go straight down, and there's like lights on this hill going down, and then you get to the bottom of it, and then you go like up a hill, and there's like stoplights all throughout this big ass hill, and there's crazy like buildings. All like you can tell it's like industrial
Yeah.
town for sure, but I don't know if anything was in those buildings. It didn't look like a lot of those buildings were being used for anything.
Well, where you're talking about is a little bit before my parents, but yeah, but yeah, because you're talking about I think Amsterdam, New York is. I mean, it's on a hill and it's like a lot of old buildings, but yeah, that's a creepy place too. But no,
It looked creepy.
but yeah,
I felt like I was like claustrophobic in this town.
yeah,
Like just
it's really cluttered.
yeah.
It's so cluttered close together. Yeah,
yeah, it was weird.
Do you think it's like weird when you go through a town like that and you're driving and you can feel like you can hear like the horror movie soundtrack
Yeah.
when you're going through a town?
Yeah.
And it's like just some piano. It's like, ding,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
exactly, dude.
yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, there's a couple towns I want to visit. I think that we should do a podcast about it. I want to go to the town of Salem, it's in Massachusetts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
I want to go there.
My mom and my sisters and them went a couple years ago. They took a bunch of pictures. It looks sick.
Yeah. I mean,
Pretty cool.
I always wanted to go there. I always wanted to go to a couple. There's a place. Have you ever played the game Silent Hill?
Silent Hill. I don't know if I played the game. I
Yeah,
think I
so there's this town it's based on. It was an old mining town and something like that. And then a fire got caught underneath like the earth because like the coal, it was burning the coal underneath the earth. And everyone had to evacuate because like, the fumes and shit, CO2 and fucking, you can't live there. Well, there's an abandoned town in Pennsylvania, and it's crazy. It's like all these. It was a mining town. It was a huge mining town, and it was just abandoned overnight. And you can actually drive to it and like walk around, and
That's
it's pretty
pretty dope.
cool. Yeah, they based a game off of it, Silent Hill. If you look into it.
Gotcha. I've heard of that. I just didn't know what it was. So while we're on that subject, let me see. We're gonna have to do some research probably, but you guys might know. There's a hill around here
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
where you put your car in like neutral or how is it? How does it go?
So
It feels
you're
like
yeah. So you
park on this hill.
yeah
You put your car in neutral, right?
yeah
And it feels like you're going backward or
no. So
up, but you're
you
how does
park
it
your
go?
car, right? And then you put it in neutral. Or you put it in neutral and you're on a slope going uphill. And if you put it in neutral, it'll start going, I think, uphill. Like, oh, wait, no. I don't know.
I forget how it goes. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've only heard people explain it a couple of times.
I was going to say, why don't you YouTube it? And we can find, like, maybe, I forgot, Spook Hill.
Spook Hill. That's
Spook
what
Hill.
it's called. Yes, Spook Hill.
Yeah.
So
I've never heard of this thing.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's, I think
we
what
should
it is.
go there right now.
What it is.
Let's go to Spook Hill right after
Spook
this.
Hill, I'm pretty sure this is what it is. You're on an upslope.
Let's Google it.
And you put it in neutral, and your car just goes uphill. Like, because, you would think if it was going in neutral, it would go downhill, but it goes uphill. It's, I think that's how it went. Because I looked at, someone wanted to do a documentary about it, and they asked me if they wanted to
Oh, it's
edit
not
it.
far, dude. It's in Middlesex.
Yeah, it's in Middlesex. Yeah.
It's in the middle of sex.
Jesus Christ.
So
Yeah, it's in Middlesex.
it says, did you know there's a spot in Yates County, New York, where your car appears to roll uphill? That's right. At Spook Hill in middle of sex, New York, your car or anything that can roll appears to do just that, while it's an optical illusion. If you've never been to a gravity hill in New York or elsewhere, you're in for a real treat at this strange spot. It's on Newell Road on a hillside overlooking Canandaigua Lake.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sounds like we're going.
I 1000% we're going. I'm trying to see what you do though, like if it like explains what to do.
Yeah.
And it says if you opt to try Spook Hill, please use a ton of caution and turn on your car's four-way flashers if you were sitting on the road. or moving backward. Also, stay on the roadway and respect the private property and the homes alongside the road. Without any directions, it'd be impossible to find this spot. However, to get to Spook Hill, just put these coordinates in, whatever it, gives you the coordinates. Mel, Skyview Drive, the mailbox that's alongside of it. If you pull your car up so the back of your car is just beyond the mailboxes, you're in the right spot, and it shows a picture, so that's the spot to be in.
Freaky.
4-way flashers, give you space, check behind you. Second, place your car into neutral and take your foot off the pedals. If you're in the right place, you'll notice your car start to slowly move backward and seemingly uphill. As your car continues to move, you will pick up a bit of speed. So make sure not to take your foot too far from the accelerator or have anyone behind your vehicle.
Yeah.
Jesus.
If you want to try it, simply drive forward back to the spot where you started and repeat.
Yeah. I remember, so some dude, I won't name his name,
There's a
but
video right here.
he hired me to do a documentary about that, like about that area.
Yeah.
And he paid me and I started working on it, and then he like ghosted me, and I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? But yeah,
he paid you, right?
Yeah, he paid me a little bit. He paid me like half of the money to start working on it, and I was like, oh well, I'm basically about halfway done. I want to get the other half of the payment, and he just ghosted me. I'm like, well, fuck. So I have like the first half of it, and I don't know it. Yeah, it's all science. All it is science. Like, there's got to be an explanation of why.
It's gravity.
Well, yeah, there's I mean, it almost sounds like the story about how there's a place in the United States, and you can put your car on the train tracks.
Yeah.
And then if you stop your car on the train tracks, it'll feel like there's people pushing your car like off the train tracks. And people have been like saved this way, I think. But they did an episode on it on like Ghost Hunters or something. They put flour on the back of the car, and they parked the car on the train tracks, and the car moved, and then on the back of the car there were handprints.
So okay, well,
that's wild.
All right, well, I mean, what was this on?
I think it was Ghost Hunters, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't trust those like Discovery fucking ghost fucking shows.
I don't trust them really, either, but it's like
not really credible.
It's a cool idea.
Yeah,
right?
it's cool.
Yeah, that's like a good way to, cause panic.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
No, there's a bunch of places in the United States that are these like kind of gravity zones.
Yeah.
There's a place in Santa Cruz actually. It's called the Mystery Spot.
The Mystery Spot.
Yeah, and there's you can go in this house, and it's in a weird spot, and it looks like you're standing sideways. You could stand on the wall, like I don't know, it's crazy. It's like a gravity zone. It's like weird.
That's cool as fuck. Mystery Spot.
Yeah, there was a place in Bloomfield. It was like a mental hospital, and there's actually like you can walk in the woods and find this place. And I was dating a girl at the time, like right in my senior year of high school, and she's like, "You want to go to this place?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So just walking through the woods, I fall and go in this pit.
What?
And I was like, "Oh shit." And they're like, we're all freaking out because we're in like the middle of the woods. This is like fucking like 2:00 in the morning. Like,
shit.
Yeah. So I'm freaking out, and I'm like, oh fuck, like what do I do? And yeah, man, it was scary as all hell because you don't know anywhere in this woods, right? And you fall in this fucking pit. And
what was in the pit? Like,
I don't know. It was just like, I think it was just old. I don't know. Like it was kind of like a old building, so I guess it just went down a little bit. I don't know, but
like the bottom floor or something.
Yeah. And so I fell in it.
It's crazy.
And so there was another spot too on this road in Bristol called Dugway. This is where I used to live. It's 100-acre way. There's this little road, and me and my buddies, we were drinking and shit. We walk down past the road and we start hearing a baby crying.
What?
And I'm like, oh, fuck this shit. I wanted to go back, and my friends are like, "Yo, no, let's go fucking investigate." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck me." So we keep walking, and we keep hearing like this baby crying and shit. And I'm like, "All right, we got to go, dude. This is fucked up. We're gonna find some hillbillies like fucking in the woods, and like, it's not like this is not gonna be good. Like, there's a baby crying and shit." So we all left because, like, you don't know what's going on in the woods and fucking.
You were almost the guys in the horror movie that didn't make it.
Yeah, no, fuck no, yeah, no. First of all, I would be the hero of the movies because I would be the first one fucking out, getting help by the cops and shit, But I don't know.
So that's what hillbilly sex sounds like then.
Well,
a bunch
no,
of
not
babies
hillbilly
crying.
sex sound like baby crying, but I'm just saying, like, you could find like some, inbred motherfucker out in the woods, like, Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. I don't know the scenario. I didn't want to be in there. I didn't want to find out.
I wouldn't have gone any further.
No.
Nah, I heard a baby crying. I'm out.
No, you're fucking
I
out.
already got enough kids.
I've seen Deliverance, dog.
I already got enough kids. I don't need to take care of another one.
Right.
But yeah, no, we used to, because at night, right? You're kind of in this motion of it's dark, it's creepy, it's in the back of your head.
It screws with you.
It screws with you, man.
For sure.
But
for sure. Like anything you do that you'd rather, or like anything you do during the day outside in the dark anyways is just scary.
Oh yeah.
Like anything you do during the day, like even like when you like get in your car and you turn it on, like it's dark. You're just, I mean, for me, because like where I live, I'm just always like, is there a fucking coyotes out here? Is there a mountain lion out here? Is there a bear? Because dude, people have been putting like black bears and mountain lions on their fucking trail cams that are not far from me.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I could be just going out to my car one day and get attacked by a fucking mountain lion.
Driving at night sucks, dude.
Yeah. Oh, dude, with glasses, bro. So like at night is when my vision becomes like the worst that it is, even with glasses. So whenever someone's like, "Oh yeah, we can meet there at like 10 o'clock p.m.," I'm automatically thinking like, "Yep, I'm not gonna be able to see shit on the way there." And then I'm gonna have a beer or two, and I'm really not gonna be able to see shit on the way home. This should be a fun trip. Let's let's go for it. But yeah, dude, the dark, it's hard to see, man, especially driving. I don't feel like it used to be when we were younger. I feel like I don't remember like.
Yes, because you're not afraid when you're younger. You just like
you're
feel
just like
invincible. So what sound during the day is normal, but at night like freaks you out?
A cow moo. By my house, dude.
Yeah.
My dogs will be outside and they're barking, and I'll like turn the light on, off, like I'll flip it off, like on and off, just to kind of scare whatever's in the yard or something. Mm-hmm. But they're still barking, and you go outside and you hear like, it's fucking scary. You're like, what the fuck is across the way, bro? Like, what the fuck was that? And then you're thinking to yourself, you're like, oh yeah, there's a farm over there. It's probably a cow. But then you just come out at any time of the night, like, and it's dark, and you just hear like a cow noise, and you're like, that's fucking like a cow sound is creepy as fuck at night, especially where I live. Like, it's just woods and cornfield. You don't see anything. You just hear them, and you're like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, I don't know.
Where I grew up, coyotes always, the sound of coyotes at night always scared me.
When they yipe?
Yep. One time, I told this story on my podcast, but my dad, so we bought these cats, right? And my parents spent a lot of money on them, and they ended up getting out and getting eaten by coyotes and shit like that. And my dad got super pissed because he spent like a shit ton of money. And
were they like special cats? Like what kind of cats were they?
They were just like all white cat.
Okay.
I guess. I think there were more because they got the vaccines or vaccinated.
Yeah, they had the whole thing that go with them.
Yeah, just
so they're like Persian cats. Like
no, they
Egyptian goddess cats.
They, I don't know. They spent like probably like $300 on this cat, and it get eaten by a coyote.
Yeah.
So my dad
sucks.
went in his gun cabinet, took out his gun, put typed a flashlight at the end of it, and fucking just went fucking Duke Nukem style and fucking just started blaming
So anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah, so that's what he was so pissed because like he spent all this money on these cats and fucking they get eaten by foxes. So he just fucking went Duke Nukem, fucking any wildlife that was in his way, just fucking blam, just fuck you.
Flashing and blasting.
Flashing and blasting, dude. I gotta say, I have to go with Evan's story. The sound during the day of a baby crying is all right. At night,
so
I would
fucking
freak out.
Yeah, especially like if you were in the middle of nowhere, you don't know what the fuck you're at. It's dark. You just hear a baby crying.
Now,
That is
okay,
weird.
so the other day, I was at my girlfriend's sister's house, and there was a priest in like a priest outfit, right? And he was walking at night, like like the robe and like the old school priest, not like like the collared priest or whatever. This dude had the whole outfit, and he was walking at night like into the church. I thought that was so creepy. I was like,
That
oh
is
shit.
creepy.
Well, I was on
Churches are freaky, bro. Churches freak me out.
Churches are like, okay, so I mean, I went to a Baptist church in Bristol, which wasn't really that creepy. It was kind of like a modern church, like building church. Yeah. But yeah, like the old school Catholic churches and shit. Yeah. Oh no, man.
Dude,
No.
Dude, they're freaky. Like even when you like drive by them at night, you're like,
yeah,
man,
no.
what the fuck? Like, it's just, or like if you like, 'cause we used to play hide and go seek on our whole block. The whole block played hide and go seek, and there was a church at the end of on J Street, the end of the block, there was a fucking church, and no one would hide there because it was so creepy.
Yeah.
But I'd always go to the church because I know no one's gonna find me, and I'm like, yo, dude, break your bowl out. We're about to get ripped because no one's gonna come over here, and like we just like chill there. And now all of a sudden this is like a smoke session. We're just like chilling, being loud. Like who cares about hide and go seek now? We're just like being loud. But yeah, dude, churches at night are freaky. And then like we would be like sitting there and we get high, and then we'd be like, all right, man, we better go back, actually. Like, it's just freaky. Not even because a church is supposed to be scary. It's just like the way the building's shaped, like the stained glass windows, and just, that old school church look with like the pointed, like steeples and shit. It's just creepy.
I love old Gothic cathedrals.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool.
With like the gargoyles and shit guarding them and shit. Dude, I really want to get a gargoyle tattoo. This is like this thing I've been planning for a while. Is like I want to get like 2 gargoyles, like an angel gargoyle and like a devil gargoyle.
Yeah.
Like, like heaven or hell type thing, or like good and bad type thing. But I want them to be gargoyles because I just feel like gargoyles are so fucking cool, dude.
Did you watch the cartoon Gargoyles back?
Absolutely. That's where like I've always loved gargoyles since then. And that's what made me like notice a gargoyle. I'm walking around like Boston and I'm like, yo, that building's sick. What the fuck is that thing? And I'm like, that's a fucking gargoyle. That's why that building's so cool. Like
say gargoyle one more time.
it's just cool as shit, man.
No, they're dope. I wish more places had them. I think we should still be putting them on buildings.
Yeah.
Like
I think the one in Geneva, right on South Main, has 2 gargoyles on each side of it. I'm pretty sure. I think that's the only ones I can think of off the top of my head, though. Maybe there's one in Clifton. I can't think.
Do you guys know why they made gargoyles?
They're the Guardians.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's that, and they used to make them so the birds fucking wouldn't shit on the building, so they would think it was actual like human, and like they would fly off.
Or they're like brick scarecrows.
Yeah, they're just like
pretty much
building scarecrows, basically. Yeah. So have you guys ever been in a cemetery at night?
Oh yeah, all the time.
That's fucking scary,
dude. So one of the biggest like smoking spots we had was a cemetery when we were younger. It was like right across the street, and like we would just walk over there.
Yeah,
and we'd hang out here. We would like literally hang out because they were still kind of like building part of the cemetery too. So there was this like big open space where they just had like a shit ton of gravel, and we just like like stand behind that and chill. And then like after a few minutes, we would like have to walk all the way to the cemetery to get out of it.
Oh.
And it would be so creepy. Like, because, you always have that one friend like, what was that? And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, dude, wait, what happened? Like, wait, what was that? Like, what'd you hear? What happened? Like, are you okay? Like, you know, he's like, it's weird. It freaks you out. And then you're like, all right, let's just keep walking. Let's get the hell out of here.
I'm that guy. I'm
Let's
the one that's
skate.
like,
Let's
I'm the one
skate.
that's like, what is that?
Yeah, yeah. And then as soon as someone says that, the whole entire journey is different. You know what I'm saying? that whole entire walk is different now. As soon as someone is like, what was that? Now your whole entire exit is just like looking over your shoulder. You hear an owl. Ooh, and you're like, get the fuck out of here. Like everything becomes like any sound, like a crunch in the grass or something. You step on a leaf, you're like, ah.
Yeah,
Like,
that owl's going hoo hoo, and you're like, not me, dude. I'm out.
So there was this one time, my dad was a Sunday school teacher, and he was like, "Oh, let's take all the kids in the cemetery at night, and we'll call it like boo something." It was like around Halloween time and stuff like that. And there was this girl that I really liked that was going to it, but I was really scared of going to the cemetery at night.
yeah.
So like I was like, okay, how can I make this like work? So the night came and we went out to the cemetery, and I was like, hey, so I was like, let's take a walk, just me and you. And she's like, okay. And we ended up walking, and we ended up finding a place, and we ended up making out. And all you can hear on the other side of the cemetery is, Evan, where are you? And I'm like, oh shit. So
You're like, my tongue's halfway down this girl's throat. I'll be there in a minute, asshole.
And so I had to make up and my dad's a Sunday school teacher, and I'm like, yeah, we just wanted to see if there was more spookier down there. And he's like, oh, well, we'll talk about that after this lesson. But, and my dad, yeah, he wasn't too happy. But yeah, no, I mean, just like having like Sunday school, like having a bunch of kids in Sunday school just walking around a fucking cemetery, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know, but
the thing that I got out of this story is that Evan's got Riz.
Yeah, apparently.
well, I was so scared in the cemetery, and I'm like, well, how do I distract like the fucking scariness? And I was like, well, I might as well,
Make his move. He said, I'm either gonna die in this pussy or I'm gonna die for this pussy.
But yeah, no, every time I see a cemetery, I think of that story of fucking just like, it's dark as shit outside. So I was like, switch my mind around, make out with a girl,
Yeah, I've done that in the cemetery where I was talking about. It was just a spot there. I mean, there's a lot of cemeteries where I grew up. It's kind of a little freaky, but they're just everywhere, man. You gotta have spots to lay people down, I guess.
Just imagine being the fucking groundskeeper of a fucking cemetery, and you find like some teenager having sex in the fucking next to the...
You find like condom wrappers and shit all over the place. Some lady comes to visit her fucking her deceased husband. There's a fucking used condom laying on his fucking gravestone. What the fuck?
Who the fuck?
That's what, but it's legit though. That's some shit that happened. Some lady's like, oh, I'm going to visit Frank today, and she gets there with like a watering can and flowers, and she gets out of her car and she's about to like pay her respects, and there's just a fucking condom just laid all on his gravestone. Fucking Jesus Christ!
Like the farthest point back in the cemetery. That's the scariest thing you're gonna see there.
She's like, I knew I should have paid for a middle spot.
Well, you got to think, like, I'm crying now and laughing, but no, you got to think though, dude. Like, you got to think, like, your deceased grandma, you have some snot-nosed teenager just like plowing a fucking chick on the fucking tombstone, dude. Like, that's why I don't want to be buried in a fucking cemetery, because you got like Timmy, the horny teenager, wanting to fucking have sex. He loses virginity on my tombstone. Fuck that.
So you're saying you want to be put in an urn?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think
Well, guy wants to be top shelved.
No, I want to be, when I die, I want to be made into something that will live on this earth forever. So like maybe like a plastic or something like that, something that doesn't deteriorate. There's some people that make diamonds out of your ashes and shit.
Or like trees, I see it's a big
Yeah,
one. People like
make
people like take
trees.
ashes and they grow the tree with it, and then that's your tree.
Yeah, so no, I see. I would do the diamond thing, but the diamond thing's got to be like fucking thousands and thousands of dollars, and I don't want to fucking spend that much. No, I just make me into like a little plastic statue or something like that. Just put me on a counter with my ashes.
Like a little bobblehead.
Yeah, like a little bobblehead.
Just touch the top of your head, and you're like,
Yeah, just fucking make me a bobblehead, man.
Yeah.
And just like put me on the shelf, and like the urn or whatever that they put on like counters and shit like that. What happens if like, a cat fucking bounced into it like that one movie, Meet the Faulconers or some shit.
Yeah, meet the parents.
Meet the Parents, the cat fucking knocks it over. Like,
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh my God. Jinxie, no.
Psst. Oh.
Jinxie, no. Oh my God.
Yeah.
and all my ashes are on the ground. So
Yeah.
I don't want that. Fuck, there's too much risk. Too much
Yeah.
risk. So yeah, just like a statue, like a goofy little statue, a bobblehead statue.
yeah, take me out and spread my ashes over the ocean, and I want
You're-
to be like, I just want to be free, like out
Yeah.
in the world,
Just like, yeah.
Just don't Big Lebowski it though, where you take my ashes in a Folgers can and the wind blows me back in your face. Please don't do that.
Yeah. Take me out on a boat.
Yeah.
Like, take me way out and like watch my whole shit just like spread through
Yeah.
the like ripples.
Yeah. Watch me disappear.
I mean, you could have a Viking funeral.
I hope my friends give me the how high treatment and they crush me up and grow me into a weed plant and I can help them pass their tests when they smoke me.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
If that actually worked. Who knows? I don't know if that actually worked.
Well, there's some people that put it in tattoo fucking
Yeah, I saw that. That's
tattoo
like a new,
ink, and then they tattoo it on
yeah.
whatever.
That's like a
I
new
mean,
trend I saw where
yeah.
they're putting the ashes in the tattoo ink, and getting their loved ones tattoo, but with their actual ashes.
Interesting. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah,
It's like a trending thing.
I knew someone that took the ashes from her cat and put it in ink and got like a portrait of.
That's dope.
Yeah,
I wanna do that.
I think I'm gonna do that if one of my dogs die. Just get it take the ashes from the dog and get it like a tattoo.
Get a little paw print or something,
Yeah,
or whatever.
I mean, I think I would get like maybe like a portrait, because I have two dogs, just have one right here and then the one on the other, like on
There
my
you go.
arm,
There you go.
badass style,
That's cool.
But
When I die, bury me beneath the Gucci stove.
Have you guys been watching what should we call it, the Mendez brothers on Netflix? That's
know.
fucking wild.
I saw it on there, but I haven't watched any of it yet.
Oh man, it's a fucked up story, man. It's
Yeah.
a fucked up story. So a recap of what it is, basically, these two kids murder their parents, like fucking put up shotguns and shot multiple times at their parents. Now that so they keep it a secret. They pretend it's from the mafia that did it. They pretend that the mafia did it. That's what they told the press and shit like that. So the one kid felt like, when you kill a family member, it fucks with your head. So he goes to a psychiatrist. And the psychiatrist is like, okay, well, you got to tell someone that, you did this. And so he starts telling the psychiatrist that him and his brother fucking killed his parents. So then the other brother was like, oh shit, he just admit that we killed our parents. So the psychiatrist starts recording the message or recessions, right? As a security, that the brothers won't fucking kill him, And it's a wild fucking story. And then it was sexual abuse and fucking, I don't know. It's a fucking wild story.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did the parents do?
So the parents, right? They were kind of like, they were fucked up. Like they had, the father sexually abused both the the sons and shit like that. I mean, there's a lot to this story. It's just every time I'm watching a new episode, it's just like, holy shit, like there's more to it. There's, opens up another door,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a crazy fucking story. The people that made the Dahmer, Jeffrey Dahmer story,
Oh, yeah,
made this fucking.
Oh, so it's
it's
definitely
fucking
good.
good, dude.
Yeah.
But,
I was gonna say, you know what? People don't care their parents without a reason.
Yeah, that's I don't know. No matter what, I feel like that's like a tough thing to do. No matter what they did, or
so like
killing somebody takes a lot though. Like in order for you to actually murder somebody or kill somebody, that person had to have like literally did the most fucked up shit to you, or you just have some like crazy thing in your mind where you think it's okay to kill another human being where they're never around anymore. Because people don't ever think about like the family they have, kids or whatever left on this earth. You know what I mean? So it takes like I feel like I could never kill somebody. There's no way, because I would think about like, okay, if I have to take this situation into a death situation, then I need to like figure out other options or just like get as far away from that situation as possible. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like there's no way.
what happens if, like, let's say it was a life and death situation though, and you had to kill someone. Think you capable of doing it?
Life or death. Yeah.
Like, let's say a guy had a
sure.
gun at your head, right? And then you had a knife in your hand and you could kill him easily. Would you do it? Or would you talk about this scenario and stuff like that?
I'm trying to de-escalate. I don't know. Like if it's life or death, it's gonna be you or me.
Yeah.
But
If someone points a gun at me, I automatically get super defensive. I've had a gun pointed at me before, and it's like not a good feeling. Like in like the wrong way. Like not like a friend, like loading a gun and actually, has it pointed at you. I've had someone pull a gun out on me. And it's like you look at that barrel and you're like, damn, I'm gone. But you get super defensive, you get super scared. It's like a gun is like it's like the biggest threat to anybody. Like when you don't have a weapon and someone pulls a gun out on you, you know that you're useless and there's nothing you can do. And if this person wants to pull the trigger, that's what they're gonna do.
yeah,
So it's like this thing where you panic, you get defensive, you get like really fucking you just get all these different feelings at once, and you don't really know how to go about it. You don't know how to act. You don't know what to do.
yeah. No, someone. I was in Barbados, and someone.
Oh yeah.
Someone robbed. Someone was trying to rob the bar in Barbados.
Yeah.
And they had a gun, and I was like 5 feet away from the bartender, and like they shot at the bartender and missed. And
Yeah.
as soon as that first shot went off, I was Usain Bolt, dude. I was gone,
Yeah.
like lightning. And
See ya.
my heart was pounding. We were trying to get back in the hotel room, like this was a boys' trip, so we were like drinking at the bar, and we're trying to get back in the hotel room, and he dropped the keys like it was a movie. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no, like, so, but yeah, it's like,
Like a movie.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
a movie, like that moment in the horror movie where like they're trying to get in the house and they drop the keys,
Yeah.
and like you're struggling,
Or they can't figure out which key
yeah,
is
yeah,
which all of a sudden.
yeah, you're struggling. Like I'm
You start putting your car key in the door.
Damn it.
What the fuck?
Trying to make light of a serious situation, but like, yeah, he dropped the keys, but no, we got in the hotel room, but like, yeah, it's a heart pounding moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you see a gun anyways, you're just kind of like, well, because every time you hear about a gun on the news, let's say, because they portray like, panic and fear. Whenever you see a gun pulled out anywhere, you automatically get scared, because especially we live in New York, not everyone's allowed to walk around with a gun on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I was in like Texas or like one of those fucking southern states where you could just fucking, carry a gun wherever, I would for sure. But like around here, someone pulls a gun on you or just has a gun and and they're waving it around, even if they're not shooting it, a gun is still like a threat to
Mm-hmm.
your life, even if it's like 200, 300 feet away. You know, like you see like a thing going on over, like say you're at like a festival or something, and there's like, you know, you hear a gunshot and it's way over there. In your head, you're still like, I'm gonna fucking die. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Just because that's just how you think. That's just what your brain triggers. It's wild, man. So life or death situation, yeah, for sure, man. I have to do what I have to do, you know, to get out of the situation. Hopefully, I'm the one that lives.
But now,
Killing someone, dude, over like shit they did to you in the past, or like shit a long time ago, like you should have just killed them then.
yeah,
I don't know.
but
I don't know.
now,
Years later, all this built up stuff. There's so much therapy and so much other. Like you could have told people about it, and they would have investigated it. The person would have got in trouble. I don't know.
but now, so you would never murder someone out of hate?
Nah,
No.
I don't. I don't really have hate like that yet in my life. Like
Yeah.
if I had like if I had a situation where I hated somebody so bad and I felt like I had to kill them, that'd be like the end of me, because I don't have hate in my heart like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think that would take a lot, you know.
Well, that's
And-
what I was saying like in the beginning. It has to take a lot to be able to
Yeah.
actually kill someone.
Well, it takes a lot of like it takes a lot of fortitude if you're gonna do that, you know. Like,
Yeah.
But I mean, and if you do end up, you know, taking somebody's life, you have to live with that and think about it afterwards.
Forever.
You know, forever.
Forever. Like that's on your conscience forever.
Yeah, I know. Like dudes come back from the army, like the Marines or whatever, and they come back and you know they've taken somebody's life.
Yeah.
And they have PTSD. You know.
Yeah.
Like
I do have PTSD. I get it. That shit's no joke, man. Like, and I couldn't imagine having the feeling of killing somebody PTSD.
Yeah.
That's, you know, like certain sounds trigger, like a gunshot or like or like a fire whistle or some shit. Because a lot of these army guys and stuff, that's what like triggers them is like loud like smacks or like
bang noises.
like bangs or like a fire whistle. Like sometimes like, you know, like a dog gets all like fucking crazy. Like that's how like those guys get too. Like or like fireworks and shit.
Yeah, dude.
It's crazy.
Shout to the troops, man.
Yeah. Shout out to the
Yeah,
troops,
shout
man.
out to the troops.
Shout out to the troops, man. I know a couple of my buddies that served. Shout out to them too. You know what I mean? They made it back home safe. A lot of people didn't. So
The only two people I know that went into the army now have really bad PTSD.
yeah.
They like one of them I think is now in jail, but I mean, yeah, they had PTSD like right when they got out. Like they were fucked up. I mean, it's sad because you know they it's all about the mental health and shit like that. That you know it's a lot of shit that they you know mental health and shit. So
Yeah.
I
mean, just when you're playing like Call of Duty, right? And you're like, yeah, this game's so fun. It's so cool. Like the scenes that you're seeing and shit. Like that's what people were actually living every day. Like just in these like run down little towns, not much there, just full on warfare.
Yeah, I don't think kids when they play these games, I don't think they don't think about it hard enough.
Yeah, they don't.
Like,
they don't
they're-
actually know.
Yeah, they're killing on a screen and
Yeah.
like, you know, it's not
And
this-
it's fun because they make like killing.
They
and,
give
the
you
point
points for
system-
fucking killing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like it's fun. So like it becomes like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna go stand on this tower for a little bit and get this gun so I can just camp out and snipe the. Like they don't actually like realize there's actually a sniper somewhere in real life sitting somewhere just like that, actually doing that. You know what I mean? It's like.
Yeah.
I don't think the war really goes like that nowadays. I think it's more just like a territorial thing. Like we move in on people, we set up camp, and if they end up like retaliating, then we do what we have to do.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a civil war anymore where we show up and there's like tanks versus like, you know, dogs and camels or whatever. I don't fucking know. Like that's not how it goes anymore. It's just more like a territorial thing.
Yeah.
You
like,
know,
I
like we
wouldn't- I
move
wouldn't-
in.
Yeah, I wouldn't claim to know anything about it, but like, you know, it's just and I don't want to blame video games, but I think kids see this on COD or whatever, and then they're like, "I'm gonna join the army,"
Yeah.
you know, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna shoot these guys,"
Yeah.
because they think it's fun,
Yeah.
you know.
And they don't even realize, like, okay, now you have to go through a boot camp. You have to go through all these like things to get there. And these kids that sit around and play video games, I don't think they're probably in the best shape to be going to boot camp, anyways. You know, or whatever. But like, yeah, like they think it's like something that they want to do because they played the video game, and it's like, dude, this is like real life. Like your life is on the line every day, every minute, every second you're there. Like a bomb could go off, fucking whatever, you know.
Well, that's the United States government. Fucking what they do is they'll promise you the life and dream of joining the army. So they'll give you money, they'll give you insurance, blah 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 blah. But they don't tell you it'll fuck with your head. Like
You'll be fucked up for life.
You'll be fucked up for life.
Yeah.
And I think there is more now in the joining the army and the Navy, all that. There's mental health evaluations before you join.
Yeah.
Because they don't let some snot nosed kid that was getting fucking comping these kids fucking in Modern Warfare or whatever. I don't think they're gonna let those kids in, because like they think, oh, I'm gonna shoot these motherfuckers and I'm gonna, get. I don't know what they would think, but they wouldn't let that happen. They wouldn't let that kid join because there's mental health evaluations, I think, now with the United States Army and whatever. But
yeah, I remember when I got out of high school, I was like kind of thinking about going to the army just because like a getaway type thing, like because the life I lived was just already too crazy and I already went through too much shit, and I knew I wouldn't like I was gonna need to get my shit together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then like I met with a recruiter and all that shit.
Yeah.
And like once they kind of like walked me down that pathway, I got home and I'm like, I don't think I could do that, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it.
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. Shout out to the people that did it and have done it and are doing it currently. You're like, that's a different breed of people.
Do they have to go through boot camp? They have to go, they might get active employment or whatever. I don't know what it's called. Active employment or
Active
deployment.
duty?
Active deployment. There we go. Active deployment. They're never a day off. There's never really a day off in the army and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know.
Waking up at 5 and like running like 13 miles or some shit.
I couldn't do it.
I mean, I'd be waking up at 5, but I'm not running 13 miles when I wake up. I'm like drinking coffee just to be up.
Yeah.
I'm waking up at 5, making that coffee, and I'm like up, like trying to keep myself up to get the day on. But those people that do that, man, salute, like literally salute.
I mean,
that's a different life.
I guess they train people to be soldiers. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like basically like a living, breathing war machine. Like, I mean, I think it would be way too much for me, like mentally, because I'm not already mentally fucked up. I am, but I mean, it's just, I think it would be way too much for me. Way too much.
Yeah. I'm only like 5'6", so I'm a small guy, dude. I'm not lasting.
Yeah.
Is there a height restriction for the army?
Probably not. They just want you to be there and like be tough. And
Is there like a weight for the army? Do they just take anybody?
no,
what their weight
you
or
have to
anything?
be like, they're gonna get you in shape.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna go through boot camp and you're gonna get whipped in shape.
I never knew how that worked. Like if, some kid came in, he's like 350 pounds, plays fucking, Dungeons and Dragons all day and eats a bag of Cheetos and slams some Cokes all day and he wants to sign up for the army and they're like, yeah, dude, come on.
I think there's like, again, back to like when you're recruiting and shit, I think there's like physical exam and fucking, so
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, is there
I think there is.
Is there a thing? I don't know.
My old boss, he was in the army. He was in the army for 10 years. And he said now that there's so many requirements that you have to pass just to be able to,
I'm sure.
get in.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of reasons. Like, you can't have asthma now. Like, if you have asthma, you can't get in.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's in the Air Force, you got to have 20/20 vision. Like you can't wear glasses, contacts. You have to have 20/20 vision in the Air Force.
Damn.
Isn't that fucking? Well, this kind of fucking. What happens if I wanted to join the Air Force? I guess I'd be fucked.
You can be an engineer.
I don't know.
They have a lot of different positions. Like, you don't have to go and be on the front lines. You don't have to go and be in active combat.
You could be like
There's
a mechanic.
Yeah,
you could be like a
you
like
could be a cook.
It's like that one
or like a
movie.
doctor, like a nurse.
Yeah.
You know, or like an aide. I think it's called.
It's
Whatever.
like that one movie with Pauly Shore in the army now. He fucking joins the army because I think I don't remember the whole movie, but he joins the army and he works in the water sanitation department. And so and then they ended up, I think they were in war training or something like that. And then it's a wild fucking movie, but it's all over the place. But Pauly Shore, man, you gotta love that guy.
Hey man, it's gonna be Thanksgiving soon, so I'm gonna be watching Son-in-Law on replay.
Oh yeah, Son-in-Law is a good one.
When you think about a Thanksgiving movie, there's not very many Thanksgiving movies, right?
Yeah.
And that's like the classic Thanksgiving movie to watch is Son-in-Law.
I love Pauly Shore.
It's such a good story too. He comes to the farm and he's like, my favorite scene from that is when he's got the rollerblades on and he's got the fucking chicken feet in his back and he rips the bags and skates down the hill. He's like, woo! That's fucking so epic, dude.
Get shifted.
Yeah.
All right. But have you guys seen the new Tesla robots?
Mm-hmm.
Tesla robots. I talked to Justin about this. I after I saw the conference that they had and they started, with introducing these fucking smart robots that will do house chores for you and shit. I'm like, okay, well, what happens if an employer wants to buy 3 of them and run his coffee shop and shit, and it puts out 3 fucking people,
And he doesn't have to pay them.
Yeah, he just have to pay them. He has to pay them once for the robots, right?
Yeah.
He just has to charge him up overnight.
Yeah, exactly.
The robots are coming to take our jobs, dude.
Dude, it's scary, dude. Because you gotta think, dude. An employer can buy a robot, and these things are only, I think the price range are $20,000 to $30,000. So that's what?
That's a car.
Yeah, that's just a car that you buy once, and you have to maintain it and shit once in a while.
I'm afraid of robots, by the way.
So
I'm afraid of robots.
My wife and I were at the diner yesterday. We're getting breakfast, and we had this really philosophical conversations about robots, and it's so funny you guys brought this up. So I was like, so is it cheating if you come home and find your husband fucking the robot? And she was like, wait, I don't know. Because the robot, right? The robot, it doesn't have a soul. It's not a real person, but it can look like a real person.
Right.
This is AI,
Yeah.
But we were having this philosophical conversation about it, and we got really deep into it. But
How deep did you get into the robot?
I got deep enough to say that she would be pissed off.
So you were balls deep in the robot then.
So I didn't exactly say it. I wasn't like, all right, so I'm balls deep in this robot. And you walk No, but it was is it cheating? Do you think it's cheating?
I don't think so.
No?
Well, all right. So here's the thing with me with robots. I'm afraid of robots, right? Because I feel like they're creating robots to replace people, but also I feel like they have a switch in them or some kind of programming thing where they're warfare. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I know they're eventually going to use robots for warfare. That's already a thing where we've had drones.
Well,
for
they
how
have
long now,
robots
you know?
now. I mean,
Yeah. So, but actual people doing the war, or actual
Actual
robots
robots,
doing the
yeah.
war. We've had drone, those are pretty much robots, all that kind of shit or whatever. We have some pretty fucking technological shit going on. But robots to me, right? If you watch all the robot movies, especially iRobot,
Yeah.
all I feel okay, they make all these things, and then it has a feature where you don't like, like all of a sudden it's just like
Sentient.
yeah, like turns their back on humanity, and then you get a whole shitload of these things turning their back on humanity. They wipe humanity out, and that's the plan overall in my head. You know what I mean? I'm always thinking like, like whatever. So like a robot like freaks me out. So the Tesla robot that he's talking about, I saw Future, the rapper. He met one, and he had a conversation with it. There's a video, there's a reel of it. It's funny because Future's like, "Hey man, what's your name?" and shit. Like he has like a full on conversation with it, and it replies to him exactly like.
Go man, 2 Chainz, how you doing?
What's up?
Hey buddy, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
I'm Optimus.
Okay, my name is Tony.
Tony?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Tony.
Nice to meet you too, buddy. Hey, can you
Awesome.
can you play basketball? Can you shoot like jump shots?
Maybe one day.
I'll teach
Can
you.
you?
I'll teach you.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
man.
you, Tony.
Thank you, brother.
Does everything like kind of when you met somebody like happened in this video, but it was a robot. It's like, dude, that's scary because there's something deeper. There's a deeper meaning to these robots, I feel.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel.
Long story short, Justin's not fucking a robot.
I'm not fucking a robot.
I
mean,
get it.
if there was a badass robot, I might. I don't know.
I mean, a robot that looks like Megan Fox. Would you fuck that?
It's probably the closest I'd ever get, so I'd have to.
Just like Megan Fox, like programmed fucking robot. That's
I'd be like, "Come here, Megan Bot."
These robots
Bring
are
that
gonna
ass
cost
over
a
here.
lot.
well, so now they make fucking like sex dolls. Like fucking, you could buy them on Temu right now. Like fucking $250. You can get like a fucking huge fucking sex doll, and people fuck those. I mean, I mean, I guess
that would be okay. That
Yeah.
would be okay because it doesn't talk or it's not smarter than me. So that's okay. As long as this fucking like, as long as this like dumb piece of whatever it is just there when I need it, that's okay. But like a robot that's like smarter than me and like knows more than me and it's only been alive. It was made 8 months ago and it's already smarter than me, like human wise. It's weird because you don't know what the thing's capable of or what it could do.
You don't trust it.
Yeah. What if, like, going back to VHS, what if you're like, all right, babe, I'm going to go fuck the robot for a little while. And all of a sudden it has this feature where it can slice your shit right off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know. You don't know what the fuck these things are, like what they're capable of or what they do.
Justin, I gotta take a piss. So you want to run the controls?
Yeah, you're good. I got you.
Just
But yeah, dude, so I think there's a restaurant in Newark. It's Canal View or something like, the one that's right there on 31 there while you're going down. It's like a little restaurant there.
Yeah.
Right. Say you're coming from 31, coming in from like Palmyra, right?
Yeah.
And you come into Newark and there's like Wegmans, McDonald's, you keep going down and there's like that quick fill.
Yeah.
And like that smoker's outlet shit right there. There's a restaurant right after that, like a little one. It's got like sunflowers or something painted on the building, kind of.
I haven't been down there in a while, so.
So apparently they have a robot cook. They're like the first person in the area that has like the burger flipper robot.
No way.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
Damn.
And it's right there. And I think people have been going there more just to like see it, like, to see what it's about. But I've literally heard that there's like a robot in there that cooks, or they have like a robot cook, or I don't know if it's an actual robot or if it's an actual program system thing, but there's like an actual like robot fucking
that flips the burger.
Yeah. And like all that type of shit, like makes the food.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I'm not 1,000% sure on that. I mean, we could actually look this up. But that's what I heard, that they were like the first people to have like the robot burger flipper.
Oh man, there's gonna be protests eventually. That's like, they're taking our jobs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Man.
They're gonna protest and fucking cause like war. like, fucking these companies, save a buck or two, hiring one of these or buying one of these robots and doing like factory work and shit like that. I mean, it's not going to be good.
Dude, they're already taking like waitressing jobs away. Did you see
Oh
that?
yeah, it's these
They have like a hub where like the cook or whatever puts it
on the robot.
Yeah, like on the robot, and he just fucking cruises out there and brings it to the table.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts, man.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not good, man. This is not good. Like they already had robots, like Boston Robotics. They made like the dogs that would walk and shit.
Yeah.
they're already. I mean, but that's kind of more of they wanted those like robotic dogs to go and actually like fight wars and shit.
Yeah.
But now
Yeah, to go in buildings and send shit out before they go in there.
Yeah, so now with these Tesla robots, like, you're doing like daily tasks, like, doing laundry and like fucking washing dishes. Now,
Taping a box.
yeah, exactly. And fucking now, these, one of these homeowners can buy one of these robots and be like, hey, would be good at work, and and take it to work with them and have the robot do his work.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I need one to mow my lawn right now.
I know.
I need to just be like, yo, bro, can you go outside and mow the lawn after you do the dishes and the laundry and scrub the floors, please?
If I could have a
And
robot,
like he'd be like, yes,
if I
sure.
if I could have a robot to do the dishes, a lot of problems would be solved.
That would be awesome. I mean, that's pretty much what the dishwasher is. It's the robotic fucking dish cleaner.
Yeah.
Even though like a lot of people still don't have dishwashers, I don't.
Yeah, no, I have to hand wash my dishes.
I had a dishwasher, but she broke up with me about a couple months ago.
I was in Casey's boat where I had to hand wash all the fucking dishes, and I was like, fuck that. So I looked on Amazon and they had like countertop dishwashers. I bought one in a fucking heartbeat.
Yeah. Yeah.
It hooks up to your fucking hose of
Yep.
the sink and
Yep.
fucking it does it all for you.
Yep.
Is
My
it worth
dad's
it?
got one of those. Yeah. Yeah. They work good.
Yeah, Casey, if I knew, I would have sold you it, but the person that bought the house is taking it.
Oh, it's fine.
Fuck.
Damn, you see, you would have been that much closer to having a robot do your dishes.
Dishes,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But
You could bring it home and be like, babe, it's not.
Our problems are fucking solved.
You can bring it home. You can bring it home and be like, babe, I got it. And she'd be like, what? Got what? Well, I bought the robot dishwasher. Good thing is I'm not going to be fucking it.
but
Somebody told me a long time ago, when I was living in Santa Cruz, living the bachelor life. Somebody told me a long time ago that you should be thankful to do the dishes because you have warm water to wash the dishes, and you have actual dishes that you can put your food on.
That's that's fair.
Yeah. So
fair.
it kind of gave me a different perspective on doing the dishes.
Yeah.
That being said, I still hate doing the dishes. But
No, yeah, for sure. Especially like on the weekends when all my kids are over and shit. Like, because I don't really use too many dishes during the week. Like, I'm like a paper plate guy, when I'm home alone. And then my kids come over and I start using all these pots and pans and all this shit. And it like drives me nuts. I'm like, no, I fucking got to do the dishes, And
Make them kids do the dishes, man. They're old enough.
Actually, my youngest son did the dishes one day. And he did them so horribly that I probably won't ask him for another couple of years.
He did that shit on purpose.
Because I was like, bro, there's still like stuff on this fork. And I'm like, you didn't even scrub the egg pan that I cooked eggs on you for. There's still like yolk in there. Like, come on, man. Like, so yeah, that happened. And I was like, I guess I'll be the scrubber, but I'll be the scrub daddy.
He did that shit on purpose, dude, just so
Yeah.
you wouldn't ask him again.
He's like, yeah, that's good enough. Throw it on the other side in the little fucking fork dispenser thing. Because I got one of those, like, like a strainer on the other side where you put everything or whatever. Yeah, he did that on purpose, probably. I didn't even think about that. I'm going to challenge him again.
Yeah.
I'm going to cook, like, spaghetti and pasta and all this stuff and, like, mashed potatoes and let it dry up overnight. You're like, hey, bro, you got to do the dishes today. And he's going to have to put some elbow into that shit.
Put some work into it,
He's
dude.
going to put some elbow grease into that baby. Literally.
yeah,
He's going to be sore.
yeah, no, I mean, I just bought it because it's just so convenient. It's just you
Yeah.
put it in there, you forget about it, and then when it's done, you take it out and put it away. I mean,
Yep. It's on wheels. You can like move it around.
well,
and
so
shit.
so the one I had both of those at one point. I had one that rolls around. It was a portable one,
Yeah.
and then the countertop one.
Oh, you said you have a countertop.
Yeah, I
one.
got a countertop one.
What does it look like?
It's just I don't know. It's just like a brick. It looks like a big like I don't know. Just looks like a dishwasher that's on top of. a
How much
counter.
was it?
I bought it for I think it was like $350. I mean, it was worth every penny. You
Yeah.
know, it was worth every penny.
I'll have to look into one of those. I didn't even know they made like countertop ones. That's cool. Cause see, I was like thinking the whole time like one of the ones that like move around like an island.
Yeah, those are the
you know?
portable ones.
Yeah,
those
where you have
are
like the hose that hooks up to your
yeah.
sink.
Those ones I like. Those ones. Those
Yeah.
ones work really well.
Yeah, my dad has one of those.
I
Yeah.
had one right, and you gotta get out of here.
Pretty soon, dog. It's 6:00. I got pulled pork in the crock pot.
Ooh. But yeah, no, I love my little dishwasher.
Why don't you just tell your wife you're just gonna settle for a bag of pork rinds tonight?
Dude, I've been waiting on that pulled pork.
No, that sounds bomb actually.
I mean,
Pulled pork sounds so good, especially on a day like today. It's a good day to like have some food like that.
it's been sitting in the crock pot, just like emitting these like great scents because you got the barbecue sauce and the onions sitting over it, and you're like, it's like the cartoon character where he smells the pie and he floats in the air to the window, and I'm just ready. I'm gonna grab a bun and I'm gonna put some pulled pork on that bun, and I'm going to town, baby.
All right, well, before we get out of here, right? Since we kind of turned this into like a Halloween, like, scary story episode, which is actually pretty dope. What's your favorite Halloween candy? But listen, it's got to be a Halloween candy that you only really see around Halloween time. Like, because it can't be like Snickers or Twix, because you can get those anywhere. What's like something you dig through, like if you remember when you were younger, like digging through your Halloween candy bag where you're like, yes. Like what's your favorite Halloween candy that's like subject to just Halloween time?
I'm like really mad that you discounted Snickers because a full size Snickers is the bomb to come across.
Oh yeah, the people that give out those full size candy bars are the shit.
Yeah. Oh man, dude. I don't know. There's like fall like things that I really like. But caramel apples.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna get that in my trick or treat bag.
Sometimes they give those out.
Yeah.
They have the suckers that are like it.
Yeah.
It has a caramel.
In the middle.
It's over it, and it has the apple. Oh wait, no, it's the apple over the caramel. Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's so good though. It's so good.
Yeah. I'm gonna say caramel apples.
Yeah, caramel apples. Yeah.
Caramel apples are bomb.
So I'm a psycho, right? I like candy corn. I really do.
Yeah. I like candy corn.
Candy corns are okay. So
I like candy corn. Not so all right. I don't like the pumpkins.
yeah,
Right? That's too much. When you eat one of those, you're like, ugh, you eat like 2 or 3 of those, you're like, no. But candy corn I can snack on here and there, but I can't eat a lot of it at once, but I can eat a few pieces here and there.
it's like a good.
But
like,
I like it.
Like
Yeah.
something that's sweet to have like a little
Yeah.
bit of. I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess some people are like, oh, what the fuck? You're a psychopath, man. Candy corn.
No, yeah.
It's like I don't know. It's just a little treat.
So I just watched this thing on TikTok, right, about candy corn, where this girl just fucking took a bag of candy corn and filled up her wax melt with it. Like,
Oh my
like she
God.
put it in her wax melt and it like melted
And
into
made her
wax
house smell
and
like candy
liquid and it
corn?
smelled like candy corn.
Oh, I might have to try that.
So now I'm like, what am I eating when I eat candy corn? Just fucking chunks of wax? Like,
Wax.
what are we?
like-
What are we? But like, I like it still. My favorite Halloween candy. I'm a psycho, right? Because I like dots. I fucking love dots.
Dots are so chewy.
I don't know why, but like they get
Yeah.
stuck in your teeth so bad.
Dots. They come in like a little sheet, right? And they're just like little.
No, the ones in like the yellow box, like the gumdrops.
Oh yeah.
They're like gumdrops, right? I actually like those, and nobody eats them. Everyone always throws them away. So I'd always have like this huge thing of dots and I'd eat them, right? But the trick with dots is this. You eat them the way they are, they're so chewy and they stick to every single part of your teeth ever. Like, I mean, they stick in places in your mouth you didn't even know existed, right?
Yeah.
But if you put them in the refrigerator, not like overnight or anything, for like a little while, and then you eat them, they become more like a little harder, and they're not like they don't stick to your teeth as much, and they're good. Like
Yeah.
they're good chilled, like cold a little bit.
I think
I eat dots chilled. That's
Yeah,
it's so
chilled dots.
it's crazy.
sounds classy.
It's
Chilled
crazy.
dots.
Chilled dots, bro.
Yeah, dude. I think I messed up a pair of braces eating dots.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure. But yeah, man. We just told some scary stories. Let's go to Spook Hill sometime soon. Or the mystery spot, whatever it's called.
1,000% doing that.
Mystery spot. You know, it's funny. This girl texted me the other day and said she has a mystery spot. She wanted me to find it.
There you go.
I don't know. I was thinking of taking like a mystery dum dum and trying to find it. I don't know. This is what I pictured when she said that.
I don't know, Justin. You might need a GPS.
I might need a GPS. I'll let you know how that goes after I throw it on someone's gravestone.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, thanks for hanging out with us today. You know, as always, subscribe, like, comment, follow this in the things. Follow the comments in this one because we're going crazy in this one.
This
Just
one was a little wild.
Yeah, comment a scary story you have, or comment your favorite Halloween candy, one or the other. That, you know, share, like, all that good stuff. Subscribe though, please subscribe. It keeps telling me the subscribers aren't matching the views, so just subscribe. It's easy, and it tells us that most of our videos are getting viewed from Google search. So if you're searching this, you might as well just, like, if you're having to go Google search this, just subscribe, and when you open your YouTube, it'll be right there. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. Another good episode with my buddies. So yeah, what do you guys say?
Smoke weed every day.
Full size Snickers, dog.
That's the answer I was looking for. All right,
All
all right, guys, we're getting out of here. Some way, somehow, someday. Subscribe, like, comment. Love you guys. Peace.
Fuck you!